Call Allah Yamla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Ha, Rakakwadash, Dumble, honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the lions then, their rule and teach over us well, and salutations to the hopeful elect around the four corners of the earth. All right, it's your boy now, coming back at you with another one. This could be a little quick lesson, man. Hey, I just want to get on something that's well understood already by the brother, all right, the Akim and the Akwaf. But for the newer ones in the truth that might not know, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you because it's always good to hear it, you know what I'm saying? Like Apostle Daha said, we like them broken records and we keep bringing stuff out over and over again. Why? So you can get it, because repetition, all right? Anyway, today we're going to be talking about Halloween, all right, and the paganism of it and how it is not a part of our heritage being Hebrew Israelites pertaining to the true doctrine and scriptures of the Bible, okay? And just for starters, Exodus 22 and 18, we're going to start it off light, all right? And it says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, all right? Salakia. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, okay? Now, what is a witch? A witch is someone who uses sorcery, enchantments, all right? Seeking familiar spirits, talking to the dead, all of these so-called things that we learn on Halloween are witches, whether you know it or not. All right, I'm pretty sure you do, but I'm just telling you. All right, witches back in pagan time, not back in pagan times. Witches back in ancient times were put to death. All right, because witches are real. All right, but that's not for our people to dabble in. That wasn't for us to do. All right, it was written in our laws for us to stay far away from them. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna go over right quick Leviticus 7, 26 and 27. All right, and it reads, moreover, ye shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of the fowl or of the beast, in any of your dwellings. All right, and I brought this out because the way we were taught, if you was to go back and look at like a Halloween movie or scary movie, most of the creatures and the people of that genre eat blood. All right, whether it be werewolves, vampires, witches eat blood, warlocks, any type of monster that you could think of that these pagans, these heathens push on Halloween is they eat blood. All right, and that is clearly written right here in the book of Leviticus, the book of laws for us not to eat blood. All right, and this is just further expounding on why you should not partake in these evil days. All right, it's for us to not do, stay away from it. All right, I think this is the right scripture, but I'm gonna get it right quick. Deuteronomy 18. 10 and 12 maybe. All right, yeah. And it reads, this is Deuteronomy 18, chapter 10. Salakia, this is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. And I'm going to be reading 10 through 12. All right. And it reads, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an exerber of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer, for all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And because of these abominations, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, do drive them out from before thee. All right, now let's go back up. Because anybody who deals with these things, and these things right here are particularly used when? During the so-called day of Halloween, the pagan day of Halloween. That's when you see these things start to ramp wild. These things start to come on the TV. People start mimicking the acts of these foul abominations. All right. Even though they do these all year round. This time right here is the holiday where you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans join in. Even though the heathen do this year round, okay? It's a lifestyle for them. They try to make it a holiday for y'all, but y'all not to celebrate it. All right? But going back to verse 10, and it says, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire. Now, back in those times, in the ancient times, we not us as a whole, but some Israelites, I go ahead and say 2/3 of Israelites used to sacrifice their children to Molech. All right. And Molech was a deity. All right. In other words, short, a false god. All right. That the Israelites brought into Jerusalem. All right. And they used to sacrifice their sons and daughters to the deity Molech. You might better know him as Baal. All right. But you are not to do these things, man. And speaking on it today in the spiritual sense, you dressing up your kids for these wicked days, for Halloween. You're dressing up your kids, taking them out to go get candy, participating. You're spiritually sacrificing your kids to evil. All right? All right. And reading on, or that use of divination. All right. Let me go to Google right quick. Get this word divination. All right. And divination, it reads, the practice of seeking knowledge of the future or the unknown by supernatural means. All right. Divination, and witches do this. All right. You see them sitting around their little crystal ball or whatnot, trying to use divination. That's So Raven. A lot of my 90s babies, early 2000s babies, you know. Y'all remember the TV show That's So Raven. All right. She was getting knowledge of the future through supernatural means. All right. And we were taught this. This is what we were taught in Babylon, to like things like that. But at the end of the day, we didn't know. All right. But that's divination. And I'm just bringing this out so y'all can have a better understanding. Because you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you know, you got a better chance of staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? Or moving out the way. All right? Instead of getting hit. All right? And after divination, it says, or an exurber of times. All right? So you're not to be a divinator. You're not to sacrifice your children to false idols of God, spiritually and or physically. All right? And you're not supposed to be an exurber of times. See? All right? And in other words, an exurber of times, and they go, you know what I'm saying, is an enchanter. All right? An enchanter. And all of these are traits of a witch. Witch, warlock, all those things that go down on Halloween, you know what I'm saying? These are things that are abomination unto the Lord, and Israel was told to stay away from. All right? And it also reads, it says an enchanter or a witch, right? Or a charmer or a consulter with familiar spirits. And it's basically self-explanatory at this part. Consulter with familiar spirits would be somebody who uses like the, what do you call it? The Koji board, OG board, whatever you call it. Trying to seek familiar spirits, talking to the dead, letting it possess them. And these things are real. All right? These things are real. But at the end of the day, that's not our power. That is the evil, wicked vibration power. Our power is righteousness. Our power is light, not darkness. All right? And it says consulted with familiar spirits or a wizard or a neuromancer. And I think I looked that up earlier what a neuromancer was. A person who practices neuromancy. Now I hate when you put the word in the definition. A wizard or a magician. All right? A wizard or a magician. And we was taught this growing up, man. You know, and that's why a lot of our people celebrate these days. Because at the end of the day, we were taught a lot of this stuff growing up. Wizard Kelly from Of the Proud Family, you know what I'm saying? They had a lot of wizardry in there. You know what I'm saying? Wizards of Waverly Place, Twitches, all that. Everything we grew up to was to send us further away from our power, man. And that's why you got to turn back and believe and come back into the truth, man. Because we were far gone already and we didn't even know it. All right? And I think I got one more. Let me get Leviticus 11:31. I think this is, hold on. Nah, that's not the one I want. So Deuteronomy 18, 10, 12. And that's the one I just read. Hey, but I thought I had another scripture to bring out, but I already brought it out. But yeah, at the end of the day, Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. This is a so-called holiday season because, you know, you got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that other bullshit. You know, we got all that. But at the end of the day, Israel, you're supposed to come away from all that because that's not ours, man. Especially Esau's, you know what I'm saying, so-called holidays, man. You're supposed to have nothing to do with that because all of Esau's holidays are rooted and backed by blood, wickedness, and destruction, man. It does not benefit the Israelites at all, especially in these times, man. And this is basic stuff. This is what I'm saying. I'm speaking to the newer people because the bros, y'all already should know this. You know what I'm saying? We already know this. You know? But speaking to newcomers, man, because you might be, you know what I'm saying? I know people that come in, you might be halfway in, halfway out, and still kind of celebrating holidays, but like, that's not, no. Leave these holidays alone, man, because we at the end of this thing, man. Any given moment, any day, shit can hit the fan, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got to leave, and move on to the next chapter in this story, man. All right? So you should be getting the knowledge and understanding the things to do, how to move, and how to conduct yourself now, man. Building up them riches in heaven, man. All right? But hey, man, but I hope this is edifying. I ain't gonna run on too long. Lesson of the day, say no to paganism. All right? Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Adakakwadash, man. Till the next time, Shalom.